This Steam Next Fest is awesome. There are a ton of great games spanning across all genres, and it's hard to pick which ones to play. But luckily for you, I played quite a lot. And it took some hard decision making, but I eventually landed on my top 5 demos from this Steam Next Fest. And stick around to the end because I have 3 honorable mentions that may not have made the cut, but they definitely need mentioning. So let's go. Up first at number 5, we have another Crab's Treasure. Don't be fooled by the playful cartoon design. This game's gonna kick your ass, because this is a Souls-like game with a unique twist. As with any Souls-like game, the battles test your timing and your patience, and this game does not let up. But beyond challenging Souls-like gameplay, they introduce a creative feature pairing perfectly with the crab, and that's the use of your shell. With a ton of shells to collect, or items you make into shells rather, this offers your protection and special abilities unique to each makeshift shell that you find. From spike armor to boosted slash attacks and even bubble bombs. It really makes this game fun and engaging. And with that big list of shells to hunt, it definitely made me want to keep going. At number 4 we have Jason. This is a fun climbing platformer with a great ambiance and aesthetically pleasing world to climb through. From what I gathered from the demo, you're working to get you and your little blue buddy to the top of the previously thriving mountain community. With messages and lore along the way, it's one of those games that piques your curiosity and wonder what happened and what your purpose is. And as far as gameplay goes, you don't just press W or up on your joystick. You control each hand individually, offering a surprisingly engaging experience. Paired with solid physics and navigating through a not so obvious path makes this one a fun and relaxing experience all at the same time. Well, unless you're afraid of heights. Up next at number 3 we have The Awakener, Forgotten Oath. If you're looking for an intense combat game, this one is gonna do it. This is one of the hardest ones for me to stop playing, because the combat is super fun. With 3 fighters to choose from, one of them being locked in the demo, conquer the stages to make it to the end boss in this intense ARPG. With each stage completed, choose a reward and customize your build with different stat boosting perks and even special abilities like summoning a cannon or massive thunder hammer to send enemies flying. One of the best highlights of this game for me is the counter system. If you love ARPGs with timed parries and dodges, you'll love this. Because each perfect dodge or parry you land, you have the option for up to 4 different ways to counter. I found this to make the combat super addictive and the reason I had a hard time calling it quits to move on to the next demo. At number 2 we have Enshrouded. Enshrouded is a survival craft game with some surprisingly good combat. Waking up in a massive world that has been corrupted by a deadly fog, you must fight for your survival and attempt to banish the world of the fog and the creatures that came with it. The Shroud is a pretty cool feature, allowing you to only spend a certain amount of time within it until you die. But all the best stuff's in there, including the bosses and new materials and weapons. With a large skill tree, this game is looking promising in all aspects. Venture off and discover the large world, or focus on building your own settlement and getting creative. Plus, take on the challenge with your friends or randoms and start new worlds and adventures. And at number 1, we have Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. This game is awesome and super addictive. As a top-down roguelike game, this takes all the charm and quality of Deep Rock Galactic and puts it into a new genre. And it's quite challenging. We got to play the Scout class, one of 4 classes that will be in the full release. Take on 5 stages and endless waves of bugs. Arm yourself with up to 4 unique weapons and level up to tweak your builds to mow down some creepy crawlies. With a solid progression system and fun gameplay, this one was definitely the hardest game for me to put down, and I can't wait to get my hands on the full release. And if you want to know more about this game, I do have a deeper review video on my channel. I'll put a link in the description below. Now it's time for those 3 honorable mentions. First up we have RoboCop. The demo is actually really solid, and the gameplay is really good with some pretty good graphics and intense first-person combat. The walking was just a little too dull for me. It makes sense because you're a robot and you walk slow, but I couldn't get over the feeling of wanting to run. Next we have Gangs of Sherwood, an awesome old school feeling ARPG game based on the lore of Robin Hood and his gang. This game has a lot of potential and fun over the top gameplay. Each character plays different and you can unlock different abilities as well as fun combos. It was just a little clunky at times, and I feel if they smoothed out gameplay, I'd probably be locked in. And last we have Quantum Knights, a new unique third-person shooter MMO, with preset characters all ranging in abilities and roles. One of the coolest parts about this game is having to put together a team of 3 of these characters to swap and play between in real time, making it very engaging and bringing some serious depth to playstyles. Let me know which demos you guys ended up playing during the Steam Next Fest, and don't forget to check out my DRG Survivor review video. Happy gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.